Welcome back to the C Morning Show. Another day of insightful session. It's always a never-ending story if we are talking about gender equality.
That's right, Indra. And this morning we are going to talk about women's role in the tourism industry because we believe that women also have great capacity to take actions and decisions.
Let's meet Women in Tourism Indonesia, a non-governmental organization NGO that embraces women who participate in the tourism industry by spreading awareness that they matter.
Women in Tourism Indonesia was formed in 2019 as a platform where women in the industry can create fresh ideas to develop the tourism industry. This NGO aims to disseminate gender equality and promote inclusive development for the overall growth of the Indonesian tourism sector. The goal is in line with the global commitment in SDGs 5, which strongly encourage countries to focus on achieving inclusivity, especially gender equality. And now to discuss more about the women-friendly tourism project in Women Tourism Indonesia, here in the studio we have Meira Fenderissa, Women Tourism in Indonesia Advocacy Team Leader. Hi, good morning, Meira.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you so much for coming into the studio. I know you're still a student in Makassar as
Yes.
well, right? So, okay, our first question is, what actually are the gaps and problems that have you and women in tourism faced before this community was born?
Okay, talking about gender gap, at glance, gender gap it's always about gender pay gap, but all that I can say is gender pay gap it's only a tip of an iceberg. So all that we can say is the problem in tourism, especially related to gender, is more likely like iceberg phenomenon. We see there is tangible and intangible problems. Like for the tangible is we face there is so many sexual harassment, sexual assault in tourism industry, and also our workforces didn't covered by good policies. There's a lack of protection for our workforces and also the women travelers. And this non-friendly gender tourism is happen because the root causes, the intangible one, problems such as lack of access education for women. And women, it's really hard to get opportunities to access better skill training in workplace, and also there's like gender education in tourism industry.
Oh, that's interesting that you mentioned. I mean, I heard about the tourism workers and such like that with the pay gap and the problem, the sexual harassment, which is it's always a problem wherever you are. But it's the intangible. That's interesting. Like I never realized like education take part of people going tourism, like people to travel alone by female women travel by themselves. It become a problem because there's a lack of education and all the pay gap and stuff like that. Now, what concrete action and programs does the Have Women in Tourism Indonesia come up with to help close these gaps?
Okay, so for Women in Tourism Indonesia, we are focusing on three main actions. The first is we are working in spreading awareness through our online campaign, through our social media, because we realized that many of us didn't really know what happened in women in tourism sector. Like for example, we didn't really know our representative of women in tourism. So in our online campaign, we have PTID recognition, where we showing off and collaborating with women role models in tourism. That we want to show our support, and we want to encourage also showing off that to another women and youth generation that there is so many possibilities that we can achieve in tourism industry. And also we focusing on the policy we really concern the policy because the policies and system are important thing in accelerate growth in women in tourism Indonesia. For example, for better policy to support better protection for workforces in tourism, and also to promoting the gender collaborating leadership in women in tourism.
Okay. So you mentioned that you have these role models to show people that there are possibilities in tourism industry. What do you think is the importance or the role of these young leaders and role models to build gender equality in the tourism industry?
Okay, so as a matter of fact, gender equality won't be achieved till a decade. It's based on research and also based on UN Women data. Until today, no countries have achieved gender equality. So, gender equality education is important. That's why, in order to tackle inequalities, women in tourism Indonesia believe that educating ourselves, educating the young generation is important about gender and gender-based in hospitality and tourism. And also, this will help to reduce gender gap in the future.
So, yeah, excuse me.
Okay. So, we believe the young leaders have play a vital role in building a more gender inclusive and equitable tourism industry in Indonesia. As the younger generation, I often feel anxious with my friends, but we also excited to see the spirit of young generation. And then it's still a long way to go, but we always believe that the future is shaped not only by the past, but also by choices that we make today and what we do today, and also by what is things that possible, like that. So we play the key role in advocating issue, in driving change, and also we bring a fresh perspective and innovative to the table. And we are really passionate about our better future, especially future in tourism industry.
So can you tell us some of the campaign or initiatives that you do with other potentially role models or influencers, and who are those people, and are they talking to basically the people who are working in the tourism industry, for example, tourism industry graduates in university or someone who is actually already working? So can you share us like your story about the campaign and social media with these role models or influencers?
Okay. So for the campaign, it's related to our educating program. We have Women in Tourism Indonesia Camp. It's a fellowship program that in this fellowship program we collaborate with so many experts from, for example, from UNWTO, for private sector like Dana Indonesia, and also we collaborate with scholars like Dr. Heather Jeffrey from University of Birmingham, and many more scholars and experts to give gender equality education, and also fundamental skill training in leadership, in entrepreneurship, and also in social partnership, that we hope from this campaign and from this fellowship that young leaders are ready to bring a great change in tourism industry in Indonesia.
Now, which area has the most gender gaps, do you think, especially in tourism industry?
Okay, the most frequent gender gap in tourism is there's two. First is in safety and security. Women often face concern in sexual harassment, sexual assault whenever they are working in tourism industry, or when they are as a travelers visiting some tourism site, and also in assessing opportunities. For your information, based on research in tourism industry, 54% workforces are women, but less than 40% women in managerial levels, and less than 20% women are in general management. And for your information again, women still earn 14.7% less than their male counterparts.
No, let me follow up with this. It seems like you're really into the women traveling. Women-friendly tourism. Now, you yourself, are you more an avid traveler, or are you going to work in hospitality or tourism area in the future?
So back in 2017, it was my first time working in tourism industry.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I'm working at such a young age back then, and I faced that it's hard to to explain, to understanding what happened to myself whenever I feel uncomfortable when I got success jokes in workplace, because tourism is a service industry that we face so many people from different places, and I got so many sexist jokes when I'm working, and also I feel uncomfortable when I know that I'm capable, but I didn't have any opportunities to access the leadership position like that. So that's why back in 2021, I was the former student of WTID camp in first generation, and I learned so much about gender equality, and it's really changed me, the way I think, the way I look men and women, and the way I really understand how important gender equality and leadership collaborative movement in women in tourism Indonesia to support women, and to build the more better and friendly tourism for all, like that.
I think it's also kind of like your platform, your organization also serves as a safe space and education platform for these women, so that they are aware that they are matter in the in work setting, and they can actually understand if something's wrong is going on, if that is what I'm getting at from you.
Yes.
And how has been the reaction so far from the people who are working in the industry?
We got so many support. That's why at 2019, actually, we are a youth community. Youth community that built over a dinner by our co-founder Monica and Laksi, and we are here that because we are curious as youth how things that we can do to address this solution for tackling inequality in tourism, like that. And we doing an online massive campaign promoting the important role of women in tourism industry, and we got so many support from also from youth and other experts, because these things are really known in communities. So that's why in 2021 we officially as a independent non-governmental organization.
No, Meira, before we let you go, now how can people find you? Like, are you on Instagram, or what's your website?
Okay, so we are on Instagram, so you can find us at womentourism.id, and also we are on the website. We're also active publishing WTIDpedia or journal articles. You can find us at www.womentourism.id.
All right,
Amazing.
great. Well, thank you so much, Meira. I hope people, if they want to reach out, they can reach out to women.
Yes, womentourism.id.
Indonesia.id.
Yes.
I mean, have you ever have a problem traveling by yourself?
Well, to be honest, I haven't really found anything, but I'm sure this something, inequality or sexual harassment is very prevalent in any kind of industries, and especially a service-based industry like tourism.
Right. All right. Well, with that, we're going for another break. But when we return, we'll have more updates from around the world when we return on C Morning Show.